UFOs are real, burgeoning, and not going away. Before I even get into this, I just want to thank Chauncey for making me this. We were at the conference in Claremont, and I spoke Friday night and all day Saturday with a lot of Q&A, and this guy came up to me. His name is Chauncey, and he had made this incredible UFO, and it is now gracing my desk, and we just want to thank him for doing that. So we'll get into this, but first, a word from our trusted sponsor. Folks, L.A. Marzulli, we have a new product from the folks at BioTrust. I'm going to give this baby a try. Look, I've got stubborn belly fat. A lot of you out there have the same problem. Support balanced glucose uptake and metabolism in healthy individuals. This is pretty cool. Support normal insulin activity in healthy individuals. I have not yet tried this. I'm getting on it. I will report back to you. We try all the stuff that our sponsors give us. Look, I'll be honest with you. I've got some stubborn belly fat. I would love to see it go away. So I'm going to give this a shot. Anyway, here's a further word from our sponsor. Excess belly fat has been deemed the most dangerous fat of them all, as it's linked to so many health issues. The reason being, excess belly fat grows deep in the abdominal cavity and puts pressure on some of the body's most vital organs. That's one of the reasons why myself, along with so many people, are beginning to turn to this amazing new substance, which is thoughtfully formulated with science-backed ingredients that promote reduced fat storage, help to speed up the breakdown of fat, support weight management, reduce cravings, and boost metabolism. Folks, the best part I love is that you can get 51% off for the rest of the month, or until they sell out, whichever comes first. Get yours now by going to trimwithla.com. Once again, that's trimwithla.com. Trimwithla.com. I'm going to give this 30 days. I'll report back to you, and we'll see what it does. I get information like this. I get letters from people. Sometimes I'm allowed to read them on the air on our show, and that's why we're here. I have permission to read this. And, let me just back up. I've talked to people. I'll never forget, there was this tow truck driver who was, my car broke down, and so I called AAA, and they dispatched a tow truck driver, and I said, yeah, take it down to Malibu Auto. So I'm in the car with the tow truck driver, and out of the blue, this guy goes, I saw a UFO about a month ago. It's actually two of them, and I went, really? And he goes, do you believe in UFOs? And I say, well, not only do I believe in them, but I've written several books about UFOs. In fact, I'm a ufologist. That's what one of the, I've written books, I've been in the field, I've seen several myself, and he began to tell me that he was a complete skeptic, a total skeptic, until, of course, he saw this one. I'm going to see if I can dig that up. I recorded it on my iPhone, so it may still be in here, it may not be, it's hard to say. I have presented it at other conferences, and he told me that when it was glowing sort of orange, it was huge. It was at least 100 feet in diameter. And I can take you right to the spot on Pacific Coast Highway where it manifested. And he said it went back towards the ocean and then disappeared. So the bottom line is, once a person sees one, it changes their worldview forever. That's the point. The tow truck driver was completely skeptical, didn't believe in any of this at all. But then he has an encounter, close encounter the first time. This thing is really close, and it changes his life. So let's get into this. I had my brother over to watch. We actually binge watched a few of your series that I had purchased. We started talking, and he opened up more about his encounter with a UFO. I had him draw a picture of it, and I'll show you that in a second. He had another visual experience. He handed me a file of old articles as far back as 1973 during a sighting. Just wanted to thank you for all this material. For a long time, he thought he was going crazy. Also, after the encounter, he had some noise in his ears that would come and go for a long time. My other brother even heard it through his ear. Now, that might have been an implant. I don't know. I played an SOS clip, and he swears it sounded exactly like that. He hasn't heard it in a while, but the terror he felt is still real. Again, thank you. I can't imagine how many people feel all alone in these experiences. Tried to keep it pithy, LOL. So this is the sighting that he has. And There's forests to the left and to the right. And here's the craft with a being, an entity in the craft. I'm going to push in on this a little, John Adams, so the folks can see the drawing. So you can see here that there's the craft, and it's very large. And this man is deeply troubled by this. We found out later that he cried out to Jesus, and the entity in the ship pulled back, and then the ship just disappeared. If you have a story, a sighting, pictures, whatever, please shoot them over to me, la@lamarzulli.net. And if I'm allowed to read them, please tell me, and I will read them right here on our show. If you want to come on the record, then let me know that too, and we'll set up a Zoom chat. So our films, Roswell 1 and Roswell 2, are now available in the store. You can also stream them by going to streaming.lamarzulli.net, streaming.lamarzulli.net, and you can download all 28 films, all the Watchers, Fatima 1 and Fatima 2. The Watcher series has 10 films there, plus a bonus film. So Fatima is 1 and 2. Now we've got 8 films in our UFO series. So we're not messing around. Plus, there's also eight films on the Trail of the Nephilim. There's a corpus of work there, and that's why we're on the trail. We are the only Christian team to do DNA testing on the elongated skulls that you see behind me, and on it goes. And I say that not boasting. I give all credit to the Lord. The Lord has guided our steps. The Lord has provided the funding. Some of you have donated into what we do, into our film company, and that money is used to get us out into the field and produce films. And I just want to thank our donors that make it all happen, because thank you. I really appreciate it. Anyway, folks, again, if you've got something, you can, a story, a clip, a film, a picture, la@lamarzulli.net, and we will look at it right here. UFOs are real, burgeoning, and not going away.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection. Late this afternoon, a bulletin from New Mexico suggested that the widely publicized mystery of the flying saucers may soon be solved. Army Air Force officers reported that one of the strange discs had been found and inspected sometime last week. Our correspondents in Los Angeles and Chicago have been in contact with Army officials endeavoring to obtain all possible late information. Joe Wilson reports to us now from Chicago.
The Army may be getting to the bottom of all this talk about the so-called flying saucer. As a matter of fact, the 509th Atomic Bomb Group headquarters at Roswell, New Mexico, reports that it has received one of the discs which landed on a ranch outside Roswell. The disc landed at a ranch at Corona, New Mexico, and the rancher turned it over to the Air Force. Rancher W.W. Brizzell was the man who discovered the saucer. Colonel William Blanchard of the Roswell Air Base refuses to give details of what the flying disc looks like.